Hi, and welcome. I hope that you're having a wonderful stitchy week. Actually, I hope that you're having a wonderful week in general. It has snowed here. My granddaughter's class this morning was canceled, but she has gone on to work. It did snow, and we had some freezing rain last night, which I think was the bigger issue because then it got covered with snow. And I laughed because Mary Rose was talking about the drone of Stitch Bliss Corner. She was talking about the drone of lawnmowers, which I don't mind the sound. I kind of resent the time that I spend riding my mower, trying to keep my grass down so the critters don't come towards my house. But be that as it may, now we're into the rumble and scrape and ch-ch-ch sounds of sanding snowplows. And that's actually a comforting sound, except they come with these whirring red and yellow lights that you can kind of see through the walls of your house. And I live right up the street from the county barn, so while my road is well plowed, I hear every plow that goes out. So, yeah, not a bad thing. I do like winter. I suppose if I really didn't like winter, I wouldn't live here. So anyway, Molly's moving around over here. I did a clip with Precious, and I had woken her up from a nap to bring her up to film her. And I think I'm going to put that clip in here. I did not do stitchy clips, so after I show you my Precious clip, we'll come back and I'll show you my stitching. I'll be right back. Aww. Hi. This I thought I would do as an extra clip because I think that Precious wants to go back to sleep. She was taking a nap, but I wanted to introduce you to Precious. Don't judge me and don't hate me. This is dog number 5. Let's see. Quite a few, actually all of my dogs were rescues. Some more obvious than others. Like Wally was born to a mother who was in a kill shelter in Harcourt, Tennessee, that the shelter here in New York paid to transport up here, because for the most part we do not have kill shelters. And I bought him at a PetSmart store. And so that's where Wally came from. Duke was Jackie's boyfriend's dog, but Chris's father was going to take him to the shelter because he couldn't keep him anymore. And Nessie was a breeder dog in a kennel, and Roscoe was a leftover puppy at the same kennel that nobody wanted. So, yeah, they're all rescues. And, I don't regret any of it. Now, Precious here was picked up as a stray. They say she's 12 years old. She has an enlarged heart. They did a biopsy on a tumor on her leg that was benign. And she has some, I think, flea and tick allergies that are cleared up now, but she's taken some prednisone and another medication to try to alleviate the hair loss. Isn't that sad? So sad. But that is Precious. We were going to call her Betty Boop, but she'd been at the shelter for a couple of months and she was responding to Precious, so we've decided to go with Precious. Now she is, I think, long-haired Chihuahua and maybe a Maltese. I don't know. I don't know what her other half is. She's got kind of a foxy little face when you look at her. The way the hair is in her ears and stuff, and her kind of pointy little snout. The funny thing is, she's part Chihuahua, but she weighs 12.9 pounds. So she's not a lightweight. And she's actually, although she's not as long as Wally, being a part Dachshund, part Jack Russell Terrier, she is taller than Wally, which is kind of funny. Because I never think of Wally as being a small dog, because he weighs 25 pounds. Anyway, this is Precious, and she is precious. She is a very good dog. The shelter wasn't sure she was housebroken, but she is. And she's a very good little dog. And if you have the opportunity to adopt an older dog from a shelter, I highly recommend it. They're quiet. She is a chow hound, but then I don't know how long she went without real food either. So, yeah, I just thought I'd introduce you. So, thanks for watching, and I'm not sure where I'm going to put it, if it's going to be at the beginning of my video or at the end. So, either way, have a great day. Thanks. She is such a good little dog. And she's been wearing a cone, one of those protective cones around her head so she can't chew on her hindquarters. And it said to leave it on at least to the 12th. So I just took that off about an hour or two ago. So we're going to see how she does. And hopefully the medication's kicked in and she won't chew herself. But yeah, she is a good little dog. I'm very glad that we got her. And so I've really only stitched on 2 things this past week. But I stitched on this with strong focus because I was determined that this was going to be a finish. And this is Halloweenies on 16 count 2017 neutral fabric, which is kind of a gray and pinkish fabric from Color and Cotton. And it's Halloweenies by Plum Street Samplers. And yeah, I enjoyed stitching on this, but I really want to start turkey sausage. So I figured if I wanted to start turkey sausage, I needed to finish Halloweenies. And I did, and I'm very happy. So that's another finish in the books for 2019. I think this is number 31. Yeah. Of course, I count page finishes and like sal segments as finishes, because they are. And the other thing that I worked on this week, because I'm in Dachshund November, remember, because the 6th was Wally's 8th birthday. He's getting to be kind of an old man too. Well, he's actually kind of middle-aged, I guess. But that's what I'm working on as far as my full coverage piece goes. This is Dachshund Christmas. And just as the designer is Lisa. So that's all I'm going to say about that. And I'm doing that on 25 count Magic Guide or Easy Count Lugana. And I will show you how far I got. And so far I really only worked on black and a very little gray. And if you can see, this is actually the Dachshund's head. This is part of his chest, and that's the bottom of an ear. And this gets me down to the bottom of page 1. So, and I will show you the page of my chart just so you get an idea. I don't count my stitches, so I can't tell you how many stitches that was. But, there it is. And I'm not doing the background. So I actually took 2 pages and taped them together. And I use a colored pencil. So every day that I stitch, I use a different color on each chart. And so that's my Dachshund. And all of this orange is the part that I did. And I actually only worked on this yesterday. It took me that long to finish Halloweenies. But that's going to be fun. And that's most of the Dachshund. So you can hear Precious bark. So now everybody else is going to bark. So now I just have another dog that can bark. That's my video without dog content. And sometimes cat content. I'm just trying to put the stitching away. So those are the 2 pieces that I stitched on this week. And I will continue. And I will remind you, I guess, about my plans for dachshund. Sorry about the crinkling. I'll tell you, this one I keep in a project bag, but I have it all inside a page protector. Yeah, that's just how I roll, I guess. Yeah, because really it's all inside this bag. So I will maybe get back to that, I don't know. And the other pieces, I think, for dachshund in November would be new starts. And I showed those to you in my last video, not my last video, my last FlossTube video. And one of them was turkey sausage. And the other is this Lizzie Kate Gratitude. And I also, in my stash dive, came up with this jazz one. So, I don't know, because to be honest, I'm not really feeling new starts. I have gone over my whip parade from 2018, and I was trying to figure out, without actually pulling out every single whip that I have working right now, how many whips I have. And so in 2018, in my whip parade, which was I did on January 1st of 2019, I had 52 whips. And then what I did is I just went back and I rewrote my whip list, but I omitted all of my finishes. And so now from 2018 and 2017 and earlier, I have 38 whips left from that. And for 2019, I had 29 new starts to date, and I had 31 finishes in 2019. So then what I did, I'm not great with math, but I took my 52 whips from 2018 and I subtracted the 38 total that I have left, and I came out with 14 finishes. So then I had 31 finishes this year, so I subtracted the 14 from 31 and I came up with 17 finishes of my 2019 new starts. So 29 new starts minus 17 is 12 whips left from 2019. So if I had 38 whips previously and I created 12 whips so far this year, that means my total whip count is 50, which means I have two less whips right now than I had at the end of 2018, which is nice, but it's still 50. And while that does not bother me, and it doesn't matter how much I have, I work on what I feel like when I feel like, which is a good thing. And sometimes that whole kitting up process and cutting fabric and figuring out where to start, I mean, that's not the fun part for me. I think I stitch for the process and to relax. And so I like to just pick it up and stitch. And I mean, I do enjoy seeing the chart, the design, and I enjoy seeing the colors. But putting it all together, unless I'm doing it all myself, I would prefer to be able to just pick it up and stitch it. So 50 doesn't bother me. It's not a bad thing. But at the same time, 14 of them are full coverage pieces. And I'm thinking that I may do just a short video and show you those 14 full coverage pieces, kind of a mini whip parade, because it is only 14. But I thought maybe, I've had people ask me about it, so I'll do that. I won't show you all the charts that I own, that I have in my collection, because it far exceeds this 14 that I've started. But that's not a bad thing either. So, yeah, it's been a good week, and I have a lot of things that I want to do besides cross-stitching. I want to work on some polymer clay stuff. and I have some resin stuff I want to do. I just bought some new molds, and I want to do some jar art, and I have to do my December daily. And I think when I create my December daily this year, I'm going to bring YouTube along with me and show how I create my December daily. And I will say what it is and how I use it. So that'll be fun. But before I do that, I've also been thinking that I want to do a Thanksgiving gratitude folder. So I may do that too. So I have lots of things that I want to do, and not all of it is cross stitch. I also, since I've gotten Precious, have been watching a little bit about dog jackets, because she's definitely a dog that needs a jacket, at least until her hair grows in, because she is a pretty hairy dog, but she's missing a lot of hair. So I would like to make her a couple of little jackets for when she goes outside. Yeah. So I also have bird feeders to fill, because now that it's snowed, I like to fill bird feeders to keep the birds in comfort. And right now I have dogs wrestling. So I think that I'm going to end here. I'm going to go down and check on Precious. And I hope that you have a truly colorful week. And that, as Cinderella's mother says, be kind and be courageous. And be colorful while you're at it. Okay, thanks for watching. Goodbye from all my furry friends. Until next time. Hugs and happy stitching. Bye.